Hello friends, welcome back to my blind playthrough of Planescape Torment. This is episode 29. And I gotta say I'm really excited to play today. And I think I wasn't all that excited to play the previous episode because I felt I was sort of locked in place. I didn't know what to do, you know? I wasn't quite sure how to proceed. Whereas now, when we end on a new area that we've discovered, and we've also gained apparently access to the outside world again, I feel much more excited to get back in. I don't know, it's just an interesting observation that occurred to me. Anyway, so last time we read the Circle of Zerthimon. We read well, 4 parts of the Circle of Zerthimon in total, 4 circles of Zerthimon in total, but there is at least one more left, and we don't have enough wisdom to learn all of its secrets yet. At least that's what I sort of assumed was the case. Now, I was looking through the mage spellbook for our character, and I noticed that all the spells that we learned from that are level 1 spells, which I find quite surprising. I would have sort of expected them to get more and more advanced as the circles progressed, but that doesn't seem to have been the case when it comes to these spells. Now, I also noticed that that Dakan has access to one more. He has access to Scripture of Steel, which... never mind, I do have Scripture of Steel. Which is the one I don't have? Reign of Anger, that's the one I don't have, right? I don't think I have it anywhere. Yeah, that's the red one. What does that do, by the way? The channeling of anger into streams of unerring missiles that quickly strike those that oppose you. Okay, so magic missile, basically. Cool. So we still don't have that one. So maybe that's the one we would unlock if we actually read the 5th circle as well and understood it. Which again we are probably under-equipped to do at this point. So yeah, we will just keep exploring. Now we discovered the Drowned Nations, which is apparently a subsection of the Dead Nations, or an adjacent section of the Dead Nations. Just again, somewhere in the catacombs. And it seems like the map could be quite big, so I'm excited to dive in and sort of explore. New homes, new lairs, new flesh. Okay, we have predominantly ghouls here. A lot of them are saying the same thing, apparently. Remain watchful, ghouls. By the way, I just found a way to counteract the super quick text, which I wasn't able to read in time. Just pause the game. It stays on screen. Never would have guessed, but hey, I just figured it out by pausing the game before I started the recording. The recording session. Boredom sets in. Remain watchful, ghouls. Okay, so they have like 3 lines in total, it seems. Interesting. What is this? These totems appear to mark zones the ghoul patrols consider safe for their kind. So are the Drowned Nations like an entire just section filled with ghouls, or is there anyone else? Is this all Akaste's domain, or what is this exactly? Okay, same sort of totem. Now we have a table here, and there is something on the table, a copper earring. This crude copper circlet looks like it was the victim of an eager lover or something that enjoys eating metal, for it is bent on one side and bears teeth marks. Interesting. I'm not sure if I read any of the copper earring descriptions before then, so maybe it's just a generic description for all of them. But hang on, where am I going? This is this takes me somewhere else. Okay, where does this take me though? Warrens of Thought? This is yet another place? Oh my god, okay. Right, let's go a bit systematically, just so I don't miss stuff unnecessarily.
I'm gone.
Because that is something that that can happen quite easily, in fact. Let's maybe... Whoa! Are you scared of this creature? Haha! Trokapotaka. Okay, that's a word unlike any word I've ever heard. And it seems hostile, but it's not attacking me at the same time. Well, maybe I'm not quite close enough. It just seems to sort of be stuck in this threatening posture. I will try. It is fast. Stupid beast. Okay, so these ghouls are basically like daring each other to approach this creature. That's fun. Let's talk to them. Meat creature. Trokopotaka keeps us from treasure, yes? The Troko must die. You keep treasure. We get body, yes? Ah, okay, that's right. There is a dead body over here. First off, what is that creature in the first place? I've never heard of anything like that. It's a Trokopotaka. White. Horns. Nasty. Trokos eat flesh. Our enemies. Kill it, yes? Well, I guess you also eat flesh, so yeah, you would be enemies just because you like the same kind of food. Maybe you guys should try bonding over dinner, I don't know. What's with your friend then? Haha, coward he is. Afraid of Troko. Haha, kill it for us, yes? Well, what is it anyway that's just gonna give me the same response again, right? Yeah, I guess I'll kill it. I mean, I don't feel particularly bad for this creature, and maybe it will help me win some favor with these guys, so sure. Yes, good. You get treasure on body, we get meat. Go now, kill. Well, I'm going. I'm going, as Nameless One would say. Let's do it the old-fashioned way, of course, as if there is any other way, you know? Now, what I sort of miss in this game are just some basic, is some basic magic range damage that is not tied to spell slots, you know? Like, because, you know, melee attackers, they can just keep bashing the creature, but mages, like, what can they do? In terms of magic, they can only cast these spells, right? There isn't, like, some sort of default attack. The only other thing I could do is just draw my weapon and lunge at them the old-fashioned way, you know?
Endure.
Which is why I've been making the Kandu that... Well, I guess that's what I will do. Meanwhile, the Nameless One's job will be to just stand here and analyze, you know, analyze how good the companions are at combat, you know, analyze maybe the mistakes that they are doing and things that they could learn from, I don't know. Okay, 850 XP just for that one beast, nice. And we did it. Let's talk to the ghouls. You take your treasure, yes? Take it and go, meat thing. It's a deal. Take it and go then. We must eat. Alright, can I find the treasure? Oh, the treasure on the body, not on the beast. Never mind, of course. What is this? Blood charm? I'm sure I know what that does. A skull, which I don't think I need. I have Mort. He's my lifetime supply of skulls, I would say. He's as much skull as one needs in one lifetime, that is. And a pipe. This is a small wooden pipe carved to resemble the head of a demon. Well, it looks like something I can identify and equip, which is interesting. Now, do I have anything to identify it with? I know I had a bunch of scrolls. I know I have the spell, which, however, I haven't selected now, and I haven't... I should have rested before leaving this place, because I had the chance to rest at Heartbrim's, right? That might be something I do if the situation gets dire, but for now, I'll just leave it like it is. So, identify, and, well, of course, I have no scrolls or spells active, or that I can use right now, so I guess that'll stay a mystery for a while longer. The face doesn't look carved so much as calcified. Huh. Now that is an interesting observation. So did, like, giants live here and these are their actual faces? I mean, the fact that it looks calcified doesn't mean that it necessarily is, right? But it is something to keep in mind, as I like to say, as I keep forgetting everything. You know, it's funny. Doing a blind playthrough, well, let's help them out with another. Doing a blind playthrough is so funny because when you watch people do a blind playthrough, they're like, man, you are dumb. You remember nothing. Pay attention. What are you doing? And now I'm in the position of actually making a blind playthrough by myself. And I find it so difficult to remember things that happened even at the beginning of this episode. It's just, it gives you this sort of tunnel vision. It changes you, man. So one of my goals as a, you know, Let's Player... Whoa, there are 3 here. Okay, can we draw them over here? No. One of my goals as a Let's Player is to just get better at that. I'm sure that's a skill that you can practice and get better at, but wow, is it difficult. One thing that I have been doing to sort of help with that is watching parts of the previous episode before recording the current one. Now, I don't have time to rewatch every episode, so what I do is I sort of look through the timestamps that I create. I actually create them for myself as well as you guys, and I also watch just the end, because at the end I usually tend to say, okay, what are we gonna do next episode? You know, which is quite useful for me. But well, let's see how well Mort can handle them. Now, this calls for a spell, I think. A chromatic orb is exhausted, of course. We can't do that. So, the Blood Bridge is interesting. You can select any living, non-undead, by the way, which I guess actually discounts Mort, so we can't use this on Mort. But I can select a target to drain life from myself, sure, and give my health to the target. The question is that temporary, or is that going to last until the next rest? I guess there's no way to find out other than try.
I hear your words.
By the way, another thing I would like to do here is get better at using our character's spells, because I've been sort of not thinking about them too much, but again, this is the perfect opportunity to practice. So we have Velquar's Eye, which we now know what that means, right? After the 4th circle that we read in the last episode. Branded upon the one who is foolish enough to cross the caster, will be struck with blindness. Penalty to attack rolls, sure, that could be pretty useful. I guess I'll try casting it just to sort of see what that does, you know? Okay.
What?
Okay, one of them is on the run. Now let's make sure all of them are before we try to do anything else, because again, there is a power imbalance here. Wow. Okay, this worked surprisingly well. I was seriously expecting it to just have a worse chance to land their attacks, but to still keep attacking, you know. But apparently, I guess I got lucky, because the Trokopotaka is not Trokopotaka. God, that's a stupid word. The Trokopotaka is not standing next to Mort. Otherwise, it could have kept attacking, I think. But this little short distance here means it doesn't really see anything, so it just stays in place. So I actually just well, I basically made it leave the fight temporarily, which is immensely useful in a fight like this, right? Where I'm fighting against... See, and now Mort goes closer, and yeah, okay, so it does work pretty much how I think, it seems. Great to know that. So I guess it makes the most sense to use Velquar's Eye on characters who did not quite manage to get up to one of mine to hit them, right? Makes a lot of sense.
I will hear you.
Dakon, can you attack him? Okay. Let's do it. All right.
Your path is mine.
What's
My
up,
friend.
Chief?
Yeah, let's select these two, and let's finish off these Trokopotakas. I mean,
Just folly.
Did you see
I
that?
feel kind of bad at this point, because they're not doing anything to me, but I could never really
True.
rest with them hanging around and running around and just being
Done.
all around nuisances, you know? All right. Still the same totems, I see. Whoa! Whoa, that's actually a shit ton of money. Where did this come from? That's like half of my current gold. I basically doubled the amount of gold I carry just by finding this one little whatever that is, crate. I guess it really does pay off to explore everything quite thoroughly. Which, again, I've been trying to do, but then when I watch myself back on video, I'm like, dude, you missed this and this and this? Like, what are you doing? And I guess it's just the curse of the Let's Player, you know? Even though I try to play like I normally do, just the simple fact that I know people are watching makes me do worse at this, for whatever reason. I guess that's how it is. Whoa! We just got ambushed. I saw some sort of dialogue with these guys, like something about an ambush as I was talking. And I was gonna get closer and sort of read it, but no. The ambush is here, apparently.
What's the word, Chief?
Alright. Let's make sure to defend these ghouls, just so we can get on their good side. They seem to be pretty... Well, I was gonna say they seem to be pretty good at combat, but now it seems like they're all dead, so... so much for getting on their good side. But hey, eradicating these guys, that's still going to go well with the ghoul government. Can I select you? Okay. Wow. I know I keep saying it, but Mort is just such a beast. Although he is half dead at this point. It would be nice to find a place to rest for... Not just for the health, but also for the spells, as I mentioned. Whoa!
What's up?
There's one forgotten one. One that got stuck here in the arch.
Done.
Seriously, how do they give you such an OP companion right at the beginning? It's just a matter of figuring out just how OP they are, you know? Okay, now let's talk to more ghouls. I realize that I'm sort of walking past these ghouls, and even though they have generic names, I've learned that that doesn't mean they have nothing to say, right? So let's talk to them.
Sss, meat creature. No place for you, this is.
Well, what is this place then?
This is the Drowned Nations. This is our new hunting lair. This is our larder.
I see. Farewell. Alright, so I think this is what a generic ghoul in this zone pretty much looks like. So these are their options. What is this place and what are you doing here? Yeah, let's do that one.
We look to expand our home, eliminate enemies, find food to keep from chewing on walking meat, yes? The Silent King tells us, no walking meat.
Ah, okay, we're getting back to the Silent King. See, I thought that when I left that place, that would be it for my potential encounter with the Silent King, but no. Well, who is the Silent King?
Shh!
The ghoul hisses its frustration.
The Silent King is our ruler. Akaste is our leader. Soon will we find the balance between the two.
Well, and who are you anyway is, oh, different answer.
Scouts we are. Scouts for the dead nations.
Well then, what are you guys scouting for?
Shh, meat creature. No place for you, this is.
Okay, I feel like we're talking in circles at this point. We learned that they're scouts, and that's pretty much it, huh? So, does that mean that the ghouls are looking to break off from the dead nations and sort of found their own faction? Another one? A third one here, down here in the catacombs? That's what I'm reading this as. That makes a lot of sense because Akaste seemed quite unhappy with the rule of the Silent King, obviously. Ooh, a blood charm. So what does that do again? Like its younger cousin, the Clot Charm, the Blood Charm stimulates users' blood into clotting and scabbing over existing wounds, healing damage. While the Blood Charm's initial healing effect is more powerful, it has no other lasting effects. Ah, okay, so this is just pure health boost. I mean, I could have just read this part here, but you know me, I like reading the descriptions. Even though I'm pretty sure I've read this description before, and what the fuck just happened? We approached these guys and they... Oh! Hang on, were they... Were they rats in disguise? What just happened there? I don't get it. What just happened? Stealthier and shiftier, sure. By the way, I gotta make some space in my inventory again. But actually, let's give the Blood Charm to Dakon, because the Nameless one heals naturally, but Dakon doesn't, right? And Dakon is like the most difficult character to heal from my experience. Huh. So what was that? That was weird. Maybe I should talk less as I walk around and pay more attention to my environment. It's a difficult balance to strike, though. This large tomb has a short inscription carved into it. Read the inscription. Ah, I loved Inscription. Such a great video game. Shame I can't play it blind for you guys. Read the inscription. Here lies the beloved mother of Bajin. The last part of the inscription is illegible. It wouldn't be Adan by any chance, would it? I mean, I doubt it, but that's the only name that starts with an A that I can think of. And maybe it's not even meant to be a name here. Maybe it's like a woman of, I don't know, you know, a sentence. It could be a sentence. The last part of the inscription is illegible. Okay. Can we bash this open? Let's see. Who's our expert basher? Dakon, I suppose. Bash succeeded. Expert basher indeed. So we have some copper commons, a gold bracelet. Kind of strange how you can't see the value of this thing. You know, in most games, most RPGs, you can see the value of things when you first pick them up. But I guess it actually makes more sense for you not to know the value until you talk to a merchant and they tell you how much they're willing to pay, you know? So, strictly speaking, this makes more sense. Iron knuckles. I mean, well, they seem to be... Hang on, why are they blue? Because blue stuff is like... I thought it was stuff that could be identified. So I kind of thought that this might have some additional effects. But then again, I don't even have the option to identify, so maybe the blue outline can mean something else as well. Hold on, I feel like this is worth it. Let's figure it out. What does this mean? Usable only by fighters and thieves, okay. Not usable by mages. Proficiency hammers. Okay, it could be that the red stuff are things that the current character is proficient in, and blue stuff are things that they are not proficient in. Then there's also the pet Lim, which I guess is just highlighted because it's a creature? I don't know. Huh. Interesting theory. Let's just quickly check it against the stats. Well, okay, no. So Dakon is only proficient in edged weapons and nothing else. So that kind of destroyed my my little theory there, because he's definitely not proficient with clubs, right? I think. Huh, 777 gold. Such a nice number. Anyway, let's keep going.
Done.
I guess the mystery of the weapon outlines will have to wait one more episode to be solved, or a dozen. Whoa, what is going on here? These Vargwills are bullying the poor corpse.
Yeah.
Okay, send Morton. Sicken on them. Oh wow, he's actually taking a a lot of damage there. Might be in a little over our heads here. Just a little bit, you know? Might need to focus more on healing my characters at some point. Maybe I should come back to rest as well. That is something I could do. Now, Dakon, in his typical fashion, doesn't seem to be attacking, even though I clicked the enemy. I think.
Huh? Did you see that?
I saw it. Perfect headbutt there, Mort. Okay, well, the Nameless one is doing just fine, but the other two aren't. I'm starting to see kind of the maybe disadvantage of making the Nameless one a mage, because when he's a fighter, he's the tank, right? He takes all the hits, which is the perfect role for the Nameless one to have, because he can regen health. But these guys cannot regenerate health, or at least not as well as the Nameless one. So, anyway, I've made my decision for now. But let's see. Maybe we should use something to heal. Now, the question is how were those charms? Embalming. These are temporary hit points. I'm not sure I'm interested in those. Bandages are useful pretty much for anyone. So let's maybe give some of these to Mort. Use them here. Okay. I feel like bandages are the standard way I should be healing when out in the field, you know? Consumables should be pretty much reserved for difficult enemies, bosses, stuff like that. Or just saved until the end of the game and never used, as all RPG players know. Whoa. That's a crazy sound effect for bandaging your wound.
All right.
But sure. It shouldn't catch me off guard like that. I've heard it a couple of times, but it's so loud. And we found our loot. We found ourselves some loot, and we also found ourselves some enemies here. Let's do a tactical retreat. Okay, let's make a funnel here. Let's make sure they can't really get to us all. Just Mort, you know. Oh, okay. There's also a civil war going on there. Again, they're bullying the poor Trokopotaka. I don't think I'll ever be able to remember that name, by the way. Now I really feel bad for those guys. I mean, they're perfectly nice. Why am I killing them?
What's up?
Man, leave them alone, you stupid bats. Okay, let's back up. Let's back out here a bit. We don't want to get surrounded by enemies. Whoa, this is like a proper war out there.
All right.
Look at this. And is that a dead collector I see over there? Well, let's wait and see how this ends up. Amazing to watch the game play itself. Are you going after us? What are you doing? Oh no, maybe he's just running away from them. No, he's actually attacking Mort, man. What are you doing? Where's your sense of self-preservation? You know what? I changed my mind again. I don't feel bad for you. If you're this dumb, you deserve to die, really.
Huh? Good as done.
Well, up until now, I was kind of talking shit about this game's AI, but the fact that the enemies fight each other actually leads to some pretty cool things, you know? Pretty cool interactions here. Being able to watch them chase each other halfway across the zone, it's fun.
Good as done. Did you see that?
I'm pretty glad that these guys don't seem to drop any Any consumables or anything like that? Otherwise, our inventories would be full by now. We're killing so many of them. Come on. Don't be a coward. Face the Mort.
Damn it.
Yes, the Mort. That's his name from now on.
I'm gone.
What's up, Chief? Damn it.
Okay, what a riveting chase. It does get stale after a while, doesn't it?
Damn it.
Wow. Well, we did it, I guess. I mean, combat music still seems to be playing, so some of them are probably alive over there, but who knows. This area is littered with bones and droppings. A dank animal stench fills the air. Alright, let's see what this body is. Can I click anywhere else than the
I'm gone.
droppings? Okay. So we have a... Excuse me? That's it? That's the thing. That's the thing we came for. That's the bronze sphere. Okay, I did not see that coming. This simple bronze sphere is about a foot across, but it is surprisingly light, as if hollow inside. Although its basic appearance is normal enough, this sphere somehow manages to offend the rest of your senses. The texture of the sphere, just the feel of it, gives you the impression it's an egg that is just about to burst open. Just touching it makes your skin crawl. To make matters worse, the faint smell of rotten custard emanates from it, and it makes your eyes water. What is this? Burst open? Rotten custard? Is this like a seed or an egg that something will be born from? Born from? You know? Is this like some sort of disgusting creature that Farad is trying to get his hands on here? Wouldn't be out of character for him, I think. I've recovered the bronze sphere. It's an achievement, alright? Let's check the achievements. 21% of players have this achievement. I'm one of the capable fifth of players who made it this far in the main quest. Junk. Skulls. Something has staved in this body's chest cavity. Right, now let's check the map just to see where we are. Okay, it seems like we've pretty much explored the entire zone, right? Now there are the Warrens of Thought, which, hang on, the Warrens of Thought, that's actually the... Yeah, no, that's the zone through which we got to the Dead Nations in the first place. Okay, never mind, it's not a new zone, right? It's just a new section of the old zone. But now we have a sealed passageway. I wonder if this will take us back to Farad, you know? Because the quest item is here, and this would be sort of a shortcut back to the quest giver. That's something modern games would do. Games like Skyrim do that all the time, right? Now, this game came out in 1999, so realistically I expect to be led through all sorts of hoops and passages and just all sorts of crazy things before I ever make it back. But if I'm not, I won't be disappointed. As you open the gate, a cold wind rushes forth. You begin to shiver as you hear the sound of a voice whispering, although you cannot make out what it says. In a second it is gone and all is silent. You realize that you must have been here before, and you have a strong feeling that your companions must not follow you in. Oh god, I was going to save the game here and then I didn't. Give me the option to back out of this, please. Alright, there's no option. I'm going in alone. Wait out here for me. What could go wrong, right? Okay, no, okay, so I didn't actually have to do it. Hang on, how does this work? I feel like that option didn't do anything. Okay, first of all, save the game. Just to save the game, you know? That's just good etiquette in RPGs. Now let's select the nameless one only. Let's think about what I have on me, by the way, because I certainly don't need whatever these things are, you know? Cranium rat tails. Yeah, sure. Needle and thread. Don't need this. No, don't need that, really. I don't know. Let's just give them all this stuff. Now, the bronze sphere, I have a feeling I should keep, right? And the pipe, well, come to think of it, what am I going to do with Soego's skull? Like, what is it good for? I don't feel like I need to show it to anyone to turn in a quest or anything, right? We'll see. Okay, so... hang on, I only selected the nameless one, and they're all coming inside. Never mind. And now we are in a tomb. Cool. A tomb, you say?
Gone.
Whoa! Okay. Well, at least I will regen my health back, presumably. Hopefully. Maybe. Anytime now. Oh god, okay, let's stick to the middle, I guess? So where does these... where do these projectiles come from? Is it these pillars? I think so, right? So I think I should just stay away from the pillars. An inscription. At last I have you. Never again will you torment me, for no mortal man can escape these walls. Seek the keys and embrace death with each that you find. Only then shall you be free. Okay. No mortal man can escape these walls. Seek the keys and embrace death. All right. Well, am I a mortal man? That's actually kind of a
Like this.
philosophical question, and
Feels like I've been through a shredder.
I am clearly mortal right now, because that was crazy. I mean, do I
I'm
count
gone.
myself among mortal men if upon dying I get resurrected? I suppose that's up for discussion, but I don't think it's particularly important, you know, the philosophical consideration there for our story. Okay, let's
This
step
isn't where I wanted to go.
very carefully, and I just teleported to this place. Cool. Okay, so embrace death literally meant, hey, I'm gonna kill you here, and then you're gonna be able to walk through here. Is that what that was? So I'm actually progressing as intended, right? Now let's make sure I don't miss any more inscriptions in case there are some. I assume there are, but let's lift the lid here. Tomb Key 1. This key seems vaguely familiar somehow. As you hold it, you suddenly know its purpose. It's supposed to allow you to teleport to one of the inner chambers of the Weeping Stone Catacombs tomb, but only if you use it in the entrance corridor. Once inside the chamber, it's useless. If you could somehow get back to the entrance chamber, you might be able to use it to use the key to jump somewhere else. Huh. Teleport to one of the inner chambers of the Weeping Stone Catacombs tomb. Alright, let's look around here a bit. A silver earring, another pipe. Oh god, my inventory will be so full, won't it? I guess I'll probably throw away one of those pipes. I don't think I will need it, right? Alright, let's go here.
Let it end like
Now
this.
I'm dead, as intended, and
Feel all stiff.
I'm back. Alright, that worked.
I'm gone.
What is this, by the way? Hey, bandages and copper commons. And have I... Yes, I have. Whoa! I just narrowly escaped that. Okay, so now I will be able to teleport... Ah, okay, so now we'll be able to walk through here. Okay, I get it
This isn't where I
now.
wanted to go.
Or maybe not, because I'm back here where I found the key. Well. Well,
This isn't where I wanted to go.
you could say that the definition of insanity is trying the same stuff over and over again and expecting different results, but I think in a world as crazy as this, insanity would be not to try the same things over and over again until they work,
This
you know?
isn't where I wanted to go.
So this is not where I'm meant to go, obviously. If I go step on the symbol, I die, okay.
All right.
Here too, right. So it's just directly in the center that I die.
Right. Feel all stiff.
I really hope that the number of deaths doesn't matter here.
This isn't where I wanted to go.
Okay, no, I'm definitely doing something wrong here. If I try to step through here, it's going to teleport me somewhere else. But if I go through here,
End like this. Oh, feel done. Stiff.
locked? What do you mean locked? It's supposed to open. I have the key. Okay, so which door am I looking for? I mean, I kind of assumed I was just supposed to walk through here.
This isn't where I wanted to go.
But this isn't where I wanted to go. Hang on. Oh, they took away the key from me. Okay. All right. So I have to pick it back up every time. I see.
This isn't where I wanted to go.
Do I still have it? Now I will have to keep constantly checking whether I have the key. Okay, if I die here, what happens then? I still have it.
Feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels.
Strained through someone's bowels.
What am I doing here?
An elitid mind flare ship, maybe. Well, this is a new place. Okay, so I think I get the gist of it now. Tomb key 2. Anything different about this one? This is a portal key. Wow, that's a way shorter description than the first one. A portal key, okay. I should probably equip some of these things just so I can carry a bit more. Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess I'll throw away the junk if it comes to it. Oh, come on. Stop attacking me. I'm trying to get somewhere here. Well, I've got the key now, so is this enough? Hopefully. If I try to walk through here, I will appear here. Okay, so I have to die here, right?
Don't let it end.
I have to embrace death, as the game said, right?
Done worse than last time.
And now that I've embraced it... Oh, come on, stop complaining. You've died so many times, death doesn't even mean anything to you anymore.
I wanted to go.
Wait, this isn't? I feel like this is exactly where I wanted to go, actually. Stop hitting me, man. Final chest. Well, I say final, but who knows. I guess let's leave one of the tomb keys here. I don't know, it feels a bit icky. Let's just leave the junk. Alright, I guess my only option is this.
Don't let it end like this.
Wait, where am I? Where am I now? Oh. Oh, it's just that the camera didn't shift. Alright. Now let's walk around here. And I can finally... Yes, okay, I can finally walk into this place. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Now there seem to be a bunch of inscriptions here, so let's read some of them. There is nothing that can be done. Memories are gone, perhaps never to return. With every death I lose a part of me. Oh, this is very, very personal. I mean, I expected that from the little warning that it gave us before we entered this place, but very, very personal. With every death I lose a part of me, sure. How can one be immortal and still die? He told me that my mind is weakening with every death. I asked him how this could be, but he could not answer. He was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation would ever benefit from his uselessness. Now, who could this be? I mean, if they're dead, we probably wouldn't know them anyway, but anything is possible in this world. It sounds like the Nameless One really was a big piece of work back in the day, you know? We're not playing a good person, are we? Examine the panel. The carvings of the inscription are crude and detract from the workmanship of the panel itself. Upon closer inspection, you think the panel can recess into the wall. Well, of course, we will push it. The panel glides into the wall, and you hear a click from the sarcophagus behind you. And that's it. So, all of these are the same? No? Okay, I thought selecting any of these would give me the same thing, but is every single panel here completely different? If that's the case, we might be here a while. It is extremely important to record your journeys so that you might learn from them. The greater need, however, is that the sources of information you use to uncover this mystery need to be protected when they are found. If key figures, documents, or oracles are somehow removed, either by death or destruction, then you will never know who or what you are, or how you came to be this way. The craftsmanship is exquisite. The panel is inset into the wall with a precision that only a master craftsman could achieve. You think the panel can recess into the wall further. Well, now that I've learned that they are all different, I don't know what I should do here. Should I check all of these out first, or should I check out... Let's check out the sarcophagus. You strain trying to raise the sarcophagus lid, but your efforts are in vain. It appears to be locked firmly in place. Okay, maybe that's because we read a different inscription before interacting with it, right? Let's try this one again. Important to record your journeys, I understand. Push the panel. The panel slides into the wall with the slightest pressure of your hand. You hear a click from the sarcophagus behind you. And... okay, is this like a chronology thing? Like, do I have to select them in a specific order, maybe? Let's make sure... Are these two one, or are these two different ones? They are different, really. So, there are 16 different inscriptions around here in total. Alright. I suspect that we will continue to die and be reborn until we finally get our life right. I do not know what we have to do to bring that about, though. And therein lies the frustration. Is it some sort of karmic cycle? That's what I'm thinking, right? Karmic cycle. An interesting concept for sure. As I gather, some incarnations have committed terrible crimes, but also there have been a number of incarnations where we have labored to do nothing but good. Are these incarnations intended as punishment? I don't know. And that is the only real truth I can offer in these carvings. I do not know. At what point does the I get separated from the we? At what point am I freed of the shackles of the actions of these other incarnations? At what point am I allowed to be me without the weight of these past lives? Wow, okay. We are getting into some really interesting philosophical concepts here. This is kind of a variation on collective guilt, right? But is it collective guilt? Because all the guilty parties are actually you. They are just different incarnations of yourself. Huh. I mean, there could have been incarnations where you tried to do nothing but good, but did you succeed? It does seem quite arbitrary, doesn't it? To try or not try, or try a little, and the result being the same every time, you know? It seems, I mean, it raises the question, who is doing the judging here, right? Who is deciding how long you should stay in this cycle? I have lost lifetimes because of my killer. I cannot deceive him, so I must kill him. I tried to throw him off the scent. I left false bodies, tailored in such a way to placate him. I roamed the most outer planes, hoping to use distance as a shield. I built this tomb filled with traps to try and kill the killer. I hid. So I actually built this very tomb, huh? All I bought was time. The attacks inevitably begin again, with more fury than before. Deceptions are useless. Somehow the killer always knows that I live. And no matter where on the plains I hide, he finds me. Eventually. Eventually! So it's not like an instant knowledge thing. Unless they're choosing to delay their attacks, you know? If they're not omniscient, then there is a way to get away from them. It's just that we haven't found the way yet. So in this current incarnation, are they still looking? Have they still not found us? But they are actively looking. Because that's what it sounds like to me, right? That's what seems to be going on here. That is a terrifying thought, isn't it? Well, I guess I can stop examining the panels, so all of them say the same thing, but let's keep reading the inscriptions. So they said, you have been divided. You are one of many men. You bear many names, and each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost One, Immortal One, Incarnation's End, Man of 1,000 Deaths, the one doomed to life, Restless One, one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. Yemeth. Now that is different. I don't know what a Yemeth is. Is that a word? I mean, it doesn't sound like a word, it sounds like a name. I'm not sure if it's a name I should be familiar with. Maybe from history of myth or philosophy. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Yemeth. I will have to remember that. I grow weary. I grow weary. Is that part of what they said, or is that what I say as the nameless one? I think the second, right? I think it's the latter. Fear names. Names have power in identity. Others can use names as weapons. Names are a hook that can be used to track you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. Oh. Is the fact that we haven't determined or come up with a name for ourselves the reason why we haven't been found out? At various points, we did get the option to choose Adan as a name. I wonder, if I picked that option enough times, would that change something about the story in this way? Would that change how, would that make the killer find us? Names as weapons. Of course, we're familiar with that, but here it literally says they can be used to track you across the plains. You don't want to be tracked across the plains. I am the Nameless One. Now, interesting, but the question is this the first incarnation in which I am the Nameless One? And that's why this works. That's why we haven't been found out yet. Or have we tried this before numerous times and it didn't work? I don't know. Okay, so there actually aren't 16 inscriptions. There are more like 8, right? Because there aren't any on these on these sides. Sure, okay. So we have 2 left. What little life there is in the world is draining out this hole in my body. The world can burn, the plains can burn. Just give me life. I will destroy this life so badly, break it, smash it, and stain it in blood and feces, so you cannot live it either. Let all creation burn, for I cannot die. I mean, that is a statement full of hate, and I can only imagine what it would be like to be unable to die and just live through centuries, millennia, 1,000 deaths, carrying around your guilt and the knowledge that you will be tracked down and killed and reborn all over again. This inscription looks like the directions on your back that Mort read to you in the mortuary. Oh yes, it does. I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that will shed some light on the dark of the matter. Ferret can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Well, this one seems important. Continue and refresh your memory. Again, centering myself takes on a, well, I wouldn't say it takes on a new meaning, but it sort of reinforces the old meaning. Like, it's really important that you know who you are as soon as possible. So you have the journal, you have the lead, namely who to ask, you know, and just my past self, because this seems to be written by my past self, right? My past self thought it vital that my present self know of all these things as soon as possible, I think. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up the sticks again, and whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you, read the journal, then find Ferret. Well, we read a journal. I'm not sure it was the one that we were meant to find. Maybe it was. And we found Ferret. But, how did that work? To your surprise, there is one more line. One that Mort didn't read to you in the mortuary. Don't trust the skull. Whoa! Holy shit. Okay. Okay. What does this mean? Why wouldn't we trust Mort? So we woke up and immediately there was this, well, I don't think he was there immediately, but we met him very early on, right? We had this companion who would tell us all the things we needed to know. He would fill us in on the chant, as we like to say. And he helped us read this thing on our back, and he did not read this part here. I'm pretty positive that this part must be carved on my body, but he chose to omit it, right? Which would kind of be characteristic of him, actually, even without necessarily ascribing him any really bad intentions, you know? But it's chilling to read that here, right? And especially as the last inscription, I wonder, do the inscriptions appear in the same order, or does the order in which I read them, like from here to there and there and there, does it actually matter? And I just happened to choose this one, the most important one, I would say, for me at this point, as the last one. If so, that was a great way to do that. Because it would have made more sense to start from the left and go right? But I don't know, I just somehow decided to select the one closest to me. Don't trust the skull. Holy shit. Anything in my journal? Anything at all? No. What the hell, game? I mean, don't trust the skull. That is crazy. The skull is a trustworthy skull. Unless they mean a different skull than Mort. But let's face it, they don't, right? They mean Mort. And by they, I mean myself, of course. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna have to process this. I'm gonna have to sit with this for a while and think about, well, first, think about what all of this means, and second, think about how to get out of here, because it's probably a matter of picking them in the right order or just picking the right one. It doesn't matter, but I will have to go through these again and just think about them some more. And we will get away from this place in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me today. This was a crazy finale, or not finale, a crazy end to the episode, rather. And I hope to see you the next time as well. Bye.